A former Scottsdale police officer is facing possible prison time after he was indicted on charges for a crash last November, including aggravated assault and endangerment.
At the time, Officer Michael Lanouar was arrested on suspicion of DUI while driving off-duty in a city vehicle. He's not being charged with impairment, but an attorney says there's a reason why. Briana Whitney is live in the newsroom to explain. Briana, these are extremely serious charges.
So serious that if convicted, this officer will likely spend years behind bars. The attorney I spoke with about this case says the county attorney's office has a pattern of prosecution with a case like this, and if the officer loses in court, a sentence will likely not be lenient or in his favor. The question now, is he still employed with the city of Scottsdale?
From police patrol to being the one prosecuted.
If he's convicted as charged, he's looking at a minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum of 15 years in prison.
It's a turn of the tables for Scottsdale police officer Michael Lanouar, now faced with 2 felonies of aggravated assault and endangerment. In November of last year, Lanouar was driving a city vehicle while off duty when he crashed with another car near Pima Road and Indian School. Both people in the other car were hospitalized, and the officer was arrested on suspicion of DUI. Scottsdale police now confirming his toxicology report came back with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.198%, more than double the legal limit. So why isn't he being charged with impairment too?
When a person is suspected of being in DUI and they're involved in an automobile accident that causes serious physical injury to another person, usually they're charged with aggravated assault. Oftentimes they're not charged with DUI.
Criminal defense attorney Russ Richelsoph, who is not affiliated with the case, says specific wording in this indictment is important in what the officer's fate could be.
The prosecutor's office will allege that the vehicle is a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, and that makes it mandatory prison.
Richelsoph says in his experience with the county attorney's office, even if Lanouar takes a plea deal, it likely will still involve prison time and not just probation. So where does his status stand with the Scottsdale Police Department? Demoted, but not fired. According to Scottsdale Police, Lanouar resigned as a police officer in January, but took an involuntary demotion to work as a Scottsdale detention officer in the city's jail. Depending on the outcome of the trial, that's when Scottsdale Police says they'll evaluate Lanouar's employment.
Now, Scottsdale Police does allow officers to work after most misdemeanor arrests and convictions, but if convicted of a felony like Lanouar is facing, the department says he wouldn't be able to carry a gun, which is needed to be an armed police officer or armed detention officer. I did reach out to the family involved in the crash, but did not hear back from them today. Officer Lanouar is due back in court on March 29th. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Briana.